It's a great honor for me to stand before you. Not because there's anything better about me, but because you have trusted me as a servant. And these servants before you. We are so highly honored tonight as we come together to celebrate this remarkable event. Our second anniversary as UZA family. And the launch of our manifesto, which is a very important document for our way forward, marking the roadmap to our elections. We have a dedicated leader, a very committed leader. I've worked with her, I've known her, and we together as the executive have been working together for the past 2 years now, since we met in 2021. I told you earlier on how we met when we gathered together to deliberate on the issues affecting every Zimbabwean. When we had a big question, when things are like this in our country, should we just fold our hands and do nothing? Then we came together and UZA was born. And we have the visionary tonight, our mother that we have rallied behind with completely support from our hearts. A woman, a leader that we are convinced beyond any shadow of doubt that this is the answer to our prayers, to usher us to a better Zimbabwe. And you and I, together with her, we will make it. She's a very successful business person in the safari industry. I said earlier on, she operates a very successful business in Hwange. She lives here in Hwange. I think
we think here in Bulawayo we have to be proud.
We must be proud that we have the diamond with us. She's within our territory. In Matno. We are so highly honored to have our leader. And for the past 2 years we've been working together. We have seen our lives change. We have seen our leadership styles change. We have become better leaders than who we were before we met her. She has equipped us in a lot of things. She has equipped us in a lot of things. She has walked the talk. We have seen in her the real quality of a leader that Zimbabwe needs. And ladies and gentlemen, allow me tonight to present to you a leader with a vision, a visionary leader. She has a lot in her plate, a lot of things that she can do, but has dedicated her entire life to say, I'm availing myself to say, I want to sacrifice my life to stand in this gap where there is a critical vacuum of real leaders in our nation. And she says, here I am. I'm coming not as your boss, but as a leader, as a servant, with a servanthood heart. We have tapped into that quality of a leader. And I want to assure you, Zimbabweans, that with here in the State House this year and onwards, Zimbabwe will never be the same. Amhlophe Makopoto, congratulations. Madam President, thank you for your leadership, the quality of a leader you are. Thank you so much. We are proud to work with you.
Today is such an important historic day for all of us here in Zimbabwe. It's a milestone for our political party. As you look around, just take a look. Please take a minute and look around. This is just a tiny, tiny percentage of who we are as UZA. The people sitting here today largely represent the candidates who will stand in this election in 2023. Give yourself a round of applause. Because yes, I will stand as president. You have chosen me to stand as president of the United Zimbabwe Alliance. But I cannot build a government alone. We need a full government to make sure we change our country. So thank you to all of the citizens across Zimbabwe and around the world who are supporting the candidates, the members of the United Zimbabwe Alliance. We are going to change this country, but we need your support. We need you to walk along with us in building a new Zimbabwe and in reclaiming our country for Zimbabweans. It's time we take back our country. Too much time has passed, and we've watched the exploitation of our resources. But I'm not here to talk about that today. We'll have that conversation another day. What I'd like to talk today about is the historic moment that we are all celebrating. And it is a historic day for our nation and our party, because today we celebrate the 2nd anniversary of the United Zimbabwe Alliance. Thank you. Wow, what a big surprise. Thank you. We are fighting for your rights. We are fighting for your dignity. We want to restore the dignity of the people of Zimbabwe. We want to make sure that our nation can once more be a prosperous nation. And indeed, we have resources, we have everything we need to create prosperity in our country. So today, we are launching a very important document. Without a vision and without a roadmap, we are going nowhere as a country. And I want to just make a note about this and say, others have given you roadmaps. They've made you promises, but they've not delivered on those promises. I will not disappoint the people of Zimbabwe. As we roll out this blueprint for the future for all Zimbabweans, I am making a promise, a pledge, that we will execute on every aspect of this blueprint. And I will share with you how we came about creating this blueprint. Because 2 years ago, UZA was formed, and it was out of a vision of uniting Zimbabweans across ethnic, racial, and political lines. If you look at our party symbol, it's all about bringing Zimbabweans together. It doesn't matter what your background, where you come from, or who you are. Many of the executives sitting here with me today, they were part of the founding meeting of the United Zimbabwe Alliance. We started off as a small group, as a conversation about what do we do. It's not going where we want. We've all had hopes, but it's not happening. Todi, what do we do to make sure we protect the resources of our country? And that was the conversation we started with, 30 people. And now Zimbabwe has embraced us. They have embraced UZA. Amongst us here today, we also have Zimbabweans from diaspora who have traveled to celebrate this milestone, to be part of this historic moment that we are celebrating as UZA. We formed UZA with a mission of transforming Zimbabwe. And that was really our goal, because as we were looking at the existing landscape, the existing outlook of our country, we were not going where we wanted to be. And so we looked at transforming it into a democratic, peaceful, and prosperous nation. We wanted to make sure that we formed UZA with a commitment to serving you, the people of Zimbabwe. We need to change that about our government. Government is here to serve the citizens, not for the citizens to serve the government. We want to serve you with honesty, with integrity, and with accountability. And that is why this document is so important, because it guides us on what we will be doing. In the past 2 years, we have made remarkable achievements as a party and as a political movement. We have grown from a small group of courageous individuals to a formidable force of millions of Zimbabweans. We have mobilized and we have organized our structures. Many of the people sitting in the audience here today, you have been part of that process. We have, as a political party, reached every province, every district, and every ward in this country. We have challenged and exposed the corruption, the mismanagement, and the repression of the ruling party. We have advocated and we have campaigned for electoral reforms, for human rights, for social justice. We have inspired and we have empowered ordinary Zimbabwean citizens, because we want you to demand your rights. We want you to take back your country. We want you to stand up for what is yours. We're not here to rest in our laurels or to just sort of showcase and celebrate who we are. We are here to present and to announce to you the launch of the election manifesto. This is the document for all the candidates. This is the document that will guide your path for the next 5 years. Our manifesto is based on 4 overarching themes: accountability, unity, dignity, and stability. These are the themes that ensure that we deliver the Zimbabwe that we want. Under these themes, we have outlined the policies and the programs that will address the key challenges facing our nation. I'm going to ask, we've actually got something that we've prepared for you. It's over on the far side of the podium, and I'll ask maybe some of the ladies if you can help us to just unveil it. This will show you the different elements that are part of this overarching theme, and I will share with you just a few of the highlights that we are focusing on. The rule of law within Zimbabwe. We will be addressing corruption, truth and reconciliation, the rights of our citizens, election reform, access and opportunity, education and skills. These are all things that are needed in our country. Public service, local governance. We want to also address a good life, because we want to make sure that all Zimbabweans have a good life. We will focus also on the framework of the traditional leaders within our country. We will focus on crime prevention and response. Healthcare and social services. We want to deliver for Zimbabwe a strong economy. We want to ensure that we have infrastructure and development in our country. We also want to make sure that we have, as a nation, stability. And we need to address the issue of land and the environment, as well as our international inclusion as a country, as Zimbabwe. So within these frameworks, we are going to be completely elaborating on each and every aspect. Our manifesto is not a mere document. It's a contract between us and the people of Zimbabwe. It's a promise that we will deliver on, and that you have given us the mandate to govern. And we want to ensure that once you give us the mandate to govern this country, we are able to carry out the work of executing this party manifesto. It's a vision that we all share with you for a new Zimbabwe and for a free and flourishing country. Fellow Zimbabweans, the time for change has come. Wanawe UZA, the time for UZA has come. The time for you to make your voice heard has come. On election day, vote for UZA. Vote for me as your president, Elizabeth Valerio. Vote for the candidates that are standing in your ward, in your constituency. Ensure that they have the opportunity to represent you in government. We will build a very different government for Zimbabwe. And so now it is my privilege on behalf of the National Executive and all of the members and patriots of the United Zimbabwe Alliance to announce to you and to the entire world that you are now able to view the UZA Party Manifesto as of midnight today. It will be unveiled on the UZA Party website, which is unitedzimbabwe.org. There will be a tab for Manifesto, and it will go live to the entire world. We will spend time tomorrow with all of our patriots who will actually have an opportunity to debate and deliberate on this party manifesto. Our party, the United Zimbabwe Alliance, didn't just put this document together. We spent 24 months touring all of Zimbabwe, visiting the citizens, engaging the citizens, asking you what you want in your Zimbabwe. And this document is a document that comes from you, the citizens of Zimbabwe. It was also then followed up by a committee of 60 people who reviewed, discussed, debated, deliberated, researched the topics that are in this document. And tomorrow, as we work through this document, we want you to all proudly analyze, completely embrace this document. Because as candidates, as citizens, you will be telling the rest of Zimbabwe about the vision that we have for our country. We invite you also to share your responses to the content, because as a political party, every document should be an organic document that is in response to the views of the people. We are committing and pledging that we will deliver upon it, but we still want to hear from you about how we can continue to improve it. And there will be published copies distributed extensively to ensure that you have the opportunity to understand, analyze, and embrace it. It's also a document that is intended to educate you on what your rights are as citizens, what the opportunities are when you have a new government, because we haven't seen those opportunities yet. And now, will you please join me as we celebrate the completion of the UZA Party Manifesto. Thank you. So, my closing remarks, my last few words. Elections only come every 5 years. And every 5 years we decide who will be in government. Every 5 years we decide what our future will be. We all understand that. Yes. So let's make history this year. Let's show the current government that we are ready to embrace a new government in Zimbabwe. Let's show Zimbabwe hope again. Let's make history and let's restore Zimbabwe to greatness. Asibambaneni.
Sisaka Zimbabwe.
Sisaka Zimbabwe.
Sibambene.
Ngatibatanei.
Tichiwaka Zimbabwe.
Tichiwaka Zimbabwe.
Takabatana.
Let's unite.
As we build Zimbabwe.
As we build Zimbabwe.
United.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you, Madam President. Tinga chere iko tina